An early morning fire at a Plymouth townhouse has left 8 families without a home. Firefighters responded to this townhome on the 15,000 block of 26th Avenue North at around 12:30 Monday morning. When emergency crews arrived, they found flames going through the roof of this 8-unit building. Plymouth officials say everyone was able to evacuate safely and no injuries have been reported. Meanwhile, the Red Cross was called in to assist the 8 families that were displaced. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Brooklyn Park may start requiring construction contractors to pay their workers a prevailing wage on city job sites. Kevin Miller has more on the effort to prevent wage theft.
Construction sites pop up regularly in Brooklyn Park. Those construction sites mean jobs for workers hoping to take home a paycheck. But according to labor leaders, collecting that paycheck doesn't always happen as planned. Wage theft happens when employers require work off the clock or don't pay minimum wage. Union officials recently approached the Brooklyn Park City Council to talk about their concerns with wage theft.
Talked about the prevalence of wage theft in the construction industry in particular. At that time, the council was really interested in addressing this problem from a policy perspective.
One way to address wage theft is a prevailing wage policy. Prevailing wage requires that contractors and subcontractors pay their workers a minimum wage and benefits.
Really what prevailing wage does is it promotes livable wages in the community.
The Brooklyn Park City Council is considering a policy for prevailing wages at construction sites. It would be in effect any time a contractor is doing at least $50,000 worth of work on the city's behalf.
This is infrastructure, maintenance, the built environment.
The policy would also apply any time the city is helping to fund private construction projects.
Many people are familiar with our Testman Ridge development down the street from City Hall. That would also fit the criteria.
The city would have access to contractor payroll documents to proactively check pay stubs.
So if they are in the business of stealing people's wages, it would really come out in those documentation pieces.
The city council votes on the policy on Monday night. If it's approved, supporters hope it protects the rights of every construction worker.
We recognize that if someone is falling victim to these type of crimes, they may be less likely to come forward out of fear of retaliation.
Kevin Miller, CCX News.
Voters in the Osseo School District have 2 more weeks to decide if they want to approve a referendum to fund district building improvements. But you may want to double-check the location of your polling place.
Fun to go out and V-O-T-E. It's fun to go out and...
That is a video produced by Osseo area schools encouraging people to vote on November 7th. However, polling places have changed for this special election, so if you're used to going to a specific location, the district encourages people to check the Secretary of State website to make sure you're going to the right place. Meanwhile, if you want to vote early, you can do so in person at Brooklyn Park City Hall between now and November 6th. This applies to anyone who lives within the 6 cities of the Osseo School District. This Domestic Violence Awareness Month, a Brooklyn Park woman continues to turn her struggle into something sweet. Years after she launched her socially conscious company, Emily Haugen shares Junita Flowers' latest mission for change.
Everyone deserves a safe space to land. For survivors of domestic violence, that need is greater than ever.
On an annual basis, Tubman serves 17,000 individuals that are in need of support.
Tubman offers services to help survivors succeed, from housing to counseling and legal services.
It is not your fault.
Junita Flowers of Brooklyn Park once sought that peace herself.
I spent 14 years in an abusive relationship, and it was very chaotic, it was traumatic, and to manage some of those really painful moments, I turned to baking. It's what I knew, it's where I found joy as a child.
As she fled the situation, baking became her purpose. CCX first met Flowers in 2018.
I was making cookies, but not as a business, but as a way to connect with something that made me smile. So we just stick it in the oven.
Her cookie business, Junita's Jar, was just taking off.
I just knew that creating conversations around the topic of relationship violence and somehow doing it something that brought so much transformation to my life was impactful, and I wanted to do that, and I wanted to do it well.
It sparked conversations that took her back to to the place that lifted her at her lowest.
For me, when I needed help but didn't know how to ask for it or what I needed specifically, Tubman met me where I was and helped me get to the next step in my journey.
She's now the co-chair of the Great Dreams campaign. It's a fundraiser seeking to expand resources at Tubman for women like her.
Tubman literally planted seeds to transform my life, which is why, I know people probably say it all the time, but literally that's why I still volunteer and engage the way that I've engaged.
It serves as a reminder. Help is just around the corner.
And we can all be a part of making that happen.
Emily Haugen, CCX News.
The Great Dreams campaign hopes to raise $8.5 million by June 2025. That money will make more Tubman programs possible. You can learn more about Junita's mission and find resources to donate at ccxmedia.org. Warmer temperatures over the last few days made for a perfect excuse to get outside and enjoy the fall colors. We leave you now with some views of the fall foliage at Plymouth's Millennium Garden, courtesy of CCX photojournalist Dustin Scholl.
Torna con me, ti porterò in un posto nuovo. E torna con me, riaccenderò il tuo fuoco. Tu non sai che il tuo amore è una fiamma che ora brucia, brucia tutta la mia anima. Torna con me, sono stato uno sciocco. Ecco perché non ho il coraggio di negarlo. Sono impazzito, carezze di seconda mano che ora diventano un peccato per noi. Il tuo treno sta partendo, non posso fare a meno. Torna con me, proteggerò il nostro tesoro. Senza di te questa vita è un tormento. Tu non sai che il tuo amore è una fiamma che ora brucia, brucia tutta la mia anima. Torna con me, sto contando i giorni. Torna con me, non senti più la mia voce. Senza di te le notti sono eterne. Non voglio piangere più. Il tuo treno sta partendo, non posso fare a meno. Torna con me, ti porterò in un posto nuovo. Torna con me, riaccenderò il tuo fuoco. Tu non sai che il tuo amore è una fiamma che ora brucia, brucia tutta la mia anima. Torna con me, torna con me, torna con me, torna con me, torna con me.
The state soccer tournament gets started Tuesday. The Wayzata boys are defending champions in Class 3A, and they earned the top seed for this year's tournament. The Trojans are eager to pursue another title. On a sunny morning during MEA break, the Wayzata guys weren't treating their practice session like a day off. There's still work to be done.
Everyone here is just trying to work. I mean, everyone's working for each other. I mean, that's how we've made it this far. It's been for the family this whole season.
Yeah, our coach is definitely super high demanding of us, but he only does that because he knows how much potential this group has. And everybody here wants this so bad. Like every time we come out to training, everyone is working super hard.
The Trojans didn't have an easy path to state. They edged a team widely acknowledged as one of the state's best, Minneapolis Washburn, 2-1 in the Section 6 3A championship.
I thought that our forwards did what they had to do, got some good finishes, and our defense was really great that game. Everybody worked super hard.
We knew coming into the game it wasn't going to be the same as last time. We knew they were a much better squad than at the start of the season. So, I mean, we came in, we were still hungry to win.
We had to battle the storm the first 10 minutes. Washburn was all over us, but we kept our composure, did what we needed to do, and got 2 goals in the first half and held on, so it was good.
It's a different team than a year ago after some top scoring stars graduated for the Trojans. Being defending champs is nice, but it also means everyone will be gunning for them.
I think the minus is a lot of people want to knock us off, which is a challenge, but we're just focused on the next game. We're focused on next week's game, whoever we get drawn with, so we're looking forward to that and just trying to take it one game at a time.
Pursuit of another championship starts Tuesday for Wayzata. The Trojans face St. Michael Albertville in the 3A quarterfinals Tuesday at 5:30 at Edina. That game will be followed by the Wayzata girls meeting Lakeville North in their quarterfinal at 7:30. The Trojans girls team is seeded second. The Maple Grove boys are also back in the 3A tournament after a 4th place finish last fall. The Crimson earned the 2nd seed for this year's tournament. They had to work for their spot at state. The unbeaten Maple Grove boys soccer team had a tough test against Champlain Park in the Section 5 3A final, a test they passed.
We fought through, you know, we were down 1, we conceded a goal, but we stuck together as a team, and I was really impressed with, you know, how we came back. We're a tough squad, and
they definitely stepped up to the challenge. Again, Champlain, very good, strong team. You know, it was a great battle. I mean, I looked up in the stands at one point, the thing was full. It was a sweet environment for the boys, and yeah, I mean, it came down to, you know, who could finish, and I thought it would, and you know, we had the last say, and that's kind of what it came down to. But yeah, overall, it was a great high school game.
While Maple Grove's been a consistent big winner in recent seasons, this year's group wasn't viewed as a can't-miss type of team. They've overcome injuries and the graduation of their top scorers from last year to again rank as one of the premier 3A teams.
There's 8 of us. There's 8 teams left in the state. I mean, it's a dream. We got here last year, and being a part of this team is really great. We've really come a long way, especially losing a lot of guys, but I think we're stronger, and it's been a great experience so far.
For the state tournament, staying sound defensively is a priority for the Crimson as they look to advance.
You know, the key thing with us is concede no goals, they can't win, you know, and I think, you know, that's what our team's been about this year. You know, we haven't scored, you know, too many goals, but, you know, we find a way to win.
Maple Grove faces Andover in the 3A quarterfinals at 5:30 Thursday at Edina, followed by the Crimson girls taking on White Bear Lake at 7:30 that night at Edina. Also in girls soccer, the Benilde girls play Mankato East Wednesday at 5:30 at Farmington, and Totino Grace meets Alexandria Thursday at 5:30 at Monticello in Class 2A. In Class 1A, Providence Academy plays Pine Island Zumbrota Mazeppa Thursday at 7:30 at Eden Prairie.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.